a priest with a dagger in his hand. The inscription says it's even Kotar, the patron saint of the town, who lived from 1159 to 1218. Despite being unreadable, it reveals this is some kind of municipal building. Daver.
Hey, Nikolay. Welcome to my tavern.
A nice place you have here. Congratulations.
Told you. You should have come in last night.
I'm curious. Do you consider yourself a taxidermist?
A what?
Taxidermist. A person who preserves dead animals for the purpose of being put on display.
Oh, no. It's because of that head over there. No. That's just an exception. I loved that pig.
So that one had the privilege of a quick death.
He died of natural causes. Why?
Do you remember telling me last night about your procedure? You vividly described the sounds, the scents, the images.
Now that you mention, I recall saying something, but it's what I do. Gotta feed the guests.
Fair enough. And how do you feed yourself?
With love from people of this friendly community. What do you think?
No nightly hunting activities?
Oh, be our guest. Wait for the night and then go into the woods. Hear the silence and hunt the nothingness.
But you were taking a nap when I arrived and you looked tired. Suppose you didn't get much sleep last night.
Wrong presumption, my friend. I went to bed the moment you left. You know, the wine we had and all. Why are you asking all these strange questions?
I'm just worried about you. Let me show you something. I think you'll find it interesting.
What's that?
I'm the one who should be confused here. Why the number 30? Does it have a special meaning? Those eyes are the only proof I have. You see, someone took everything we had and left 30 pig's eyes in one of our bags.
Unbelievable! How did this happen?
Do you have any idea who our guy might be?
Oh, I don't. No, people around here are hungry, weak, misguided. It could be anyone. Even the priest. Especially the priest.
I think it could be someone who collects pig's eyes.
You think?
The coward who did that took advantage of the night.
You don't say.
And he knew we were heavily dazed by the wine you gave us. Must have watched us the whole time on the square.
But your wife didn't drink at all. She said it tasted like human blood. She didn't see him?
I wasn't aware that she didn't drink the wine. Maybe she saw him. I don't know yet. The procedure you described last night. I can't get it out of my head.
Which part exactly?
All of it. The agonizing shrieks, the scent of liquids, the images of piles of gouged eyes. How can you enjoy that?
What can I say? The more they suffer, the better the food. Is that the reason? Why are you worried about me?
No, not really. What worries me is the peculiar coincidence that both the perpetrator and you knew about our impaired condition and the house we were staying. And you both have a very particular fixation for pig's eyes.
What are the odds?
Do you think he could return? Do something terrible to us this time?
Definitely.
He surely must be aware that I and my brother-in-law are in the service of God.
So? Not everyone's part of the herd. Or are you saying that because you believe, God will help you?
No, but you can.
You should leave now.
Can you help me find my morphine? We can do just fine without the rest of our stuff.
If you value your lives, leave. If not, stay. Take your chances. You know, like our prophet always says,
this town's hanging loosely on the edge of hell.
Moise, there you are. Thought you were still crawling your way up from the grave.
Your friend here interrupted that.
oh yeah, he surely said a lot of disturbing things. He even thought I'm a taxidermist because of your crippled state.
That is not the truth.
God has taken away many things, but hearing is not one of them. You mind if I take over? I can help him.
Sure, if you say so.
So, how can you help me?
You first.
I don't understand. First me what?
What's so special about that morphine of yours?
Don't you know already? Aren't you a prophet?
I am. But I want to hear it from you. See if you deserve my help.
I have these headaches. It's like storms.
See, that's a lie.
I'm having one from the moment I woke up. It's unbearable. It's frightening. But I keep it to myself.
Still not the truth. But what I really asked is, why do you want exactly those pills?
I'm not a local. Where would I find morphine in this, like you call it, place at the edge of hell?
Nikolai, what's so special about them? I want to know that.
My wife gave them to me.
Ah, finally some truth.
And the pouch where they were placed in. I need both back.
What if she's the perpetrator? You said it yourself. You didn't know that she didn't drink the wine. Maybe you don't know.
No, that's not possible. She wouldn't... Are you going to help me or not?
Like I said, you first.
I already told you what you wanted to know.
That was nothing. First, you help me, and then I'll help you.
How do I do that?
By doing something.
And you have an idea who our perpetrator is? It shouldn't be hard.
Let's say I might use the elimination method to get to it.
What do you want?
The truth about October 28.
That was yesterday. Is this about my wife? Again?
No. It's about what this town did and is still doing. What did you see last night on the square?
People prayed together, chanted, rang their bells, and then set the effigy on fire.
They call it a celebration of life. I say it's a centuries-old celebration of lies. Go out and find out all you can about October 28th.
You want me to ask people what they know? Why, if all they know are lies?
Correct. You'll show me that lie, and then I'll tell you the truth. And only then I'll tell you what really happened last night.
Why don't you tell me the truth?
You have to learn the lie first. Merit my help.
I'll do it. Don't you move. It won't take me long.
Remember, the truth is always painful. Sometimes even horrible.
Souvenirnica Lavniak. Hello, lady.
Oh, hello there. Please, feel free to have a look around. And if you need anything, just ask.
There's lots of stuff on this one. Miniature torture wheels, statues, crosses. Strangely eerie for a priest robe. It's blood red and growing out of a woman's head. Fascinating idea. Fair imitations of medieval executioner masks. Excuse me?
Yes?
Could you turn that off? I need to talk to you.
Sure. Just a moment.
What can you tell me about October 28?
Wait a minute. I know you. You were here last night. You dragged your sister away from me.
I didn't drag my wife away. I gently asked her to join our company.
Oh, it didn't look that way.
I don't want to sound rude, but can we please go back to my question?
Sure. How can I help?
Tell me about October 28.
Oh, it's a graceful and dreadful day for the town. Certainly the most important one. The story goes way back to the Middle Ages. A time when the fate of Sabr was in the hands of a single man. Eventually, only centuries later, that man became the patron saint of this beautiful little gem.
Kotar.
That's correct. Even Kotar, the priest of the town back in the days.
You mentioned the Middle Ages and a strange name. What was it again?
Sorry, but something's bothering me. You said you didn't drag your wife away.
I said that.
But I remember you pulling her violently to the side, and then making her drink wine from that lurid bottle.
I pulled her gently toward me.
But it didn't look that way. I'm sorry for sticking my nose in your matters. You probably had every right to do that. Maybe I got it all wrong. And she looks so easy to scare. Weak and vulnerable. Like a butterfly.
She also tends to fly away from me when around people. It's not polite at all. Now, I asked you about that strange name.
Yes, Sabr. The old name of the town. Ancient. Some stories tell it predates even Christianity itself.
How's Sabor related to October 28?
That name was forbidden, and it still is. Forbidden by the same entity which, ironically enough, never recognized the new name. Oh, it's a long story.
I'd appreciate if you could recount it concisely.
Let me just... You know, I apologize, but my thoughts wandered back again. Where's Victoria now?
I don't know! Could you stop asking me stupid questions and just tell me what I need to know? Can you do that? What's wrong with you people? How should I know where she is?
I'm sorry. She's not with you, and I thought...
Just stop wandering anywhere with your thoughts. And be so kind to turn that thing dead this time. It's driving me crazy.
I thought it would make you feel positive, like it makes me.
I may have overreacted. Don't mind me. It was a stressful night.
I've warned Victoria about that house. I suppose you couldn't get any sleep.
The opposite. I was trapped inside a dream. Please, you were about to tell me.
October 28th is the day when Ivan Kotar died.
Don't you celebrate life on that day?
The town glorifies the ending moment of Kotar's long sacrifice for our ancestors, and thus life for us all.
You sure there's truth in that? Seems like a strange ritual.
Personally, I'm not sure. I don't believe everything they say, except for the way Kotar died.
You got my attention. How did he die?
Apologies, I don't know how this happened. It's turned off. He was beheaded by the Vatican's emissaries.
Why?
I guess that's what they did back then to heretics. I don't know. I'm not the right person to talk to about the past.
If you're not the right person, then I won't take any more of your time. Thank you. You've been more than helpful. And, lady.
Yes.
Why don't you turn that radio back on? Shouldn't have listened to me in the first place.
It's all right.
I've learned about October 28.
It's what you had to do.
What do you want now?
Have patience. I've almost reached the light.
He must have left moments after I went into the house. And yes, he left. He lied again. But this rules him out. Someone else was inside the house. I'm not going back. Not before I'm convinced that was Victoria who disappeared into the woods. Maybe I should talk to the shopkeeper and ask if she saw her. Madam?
Oh, hello there. Please, take a... Do I know you?
I apologize. Madam?
Oh, it's you.
We've never met before.
I feel like we did. You remember me. My name's Ida.
No, madam, I've never been in this town before.
You all right?
How should I ask about Victoria? Where is everyone?
Everyone who?
This square was brimming last night. Where's everyone today?
Sorry. You got me confused. I'm still convinced I've seen you before. But if I did, then... You know, that is a strange question you're asking because in this town, everyone knows where everyone else is.
And where would that be?
In the church or behind their own walls and windows. You really are a stranger. Incredible. But at least you're here now. It's the outsiders that never visit us who are at a loss. Did you see the big fire last night? Oh, that's what I mean. Who could miss such a beauty?
Those people, their gazes and voices. Horrible.
And did you see the people? Everyone spoke and breathed as one spirit. I simply adore the town's day. That's what you've been expecting to see again today, right? But I'm afraid it only happens once a year.
Actually, today I was hoping to find a woman, but since you're mentioning last night, let me just ask you first. Father Imre had no idea into what kind of place Victoria was about to take me. This could be my only chance before leaving to get some details about the town for him.
So? I'm listening.
What about these masks you have here?
The executioner mask? What about them?
Last night, every single person was wearing one.
Oh, because they're mandatory. Every inhabitant gets one the day they are born.
Why?
Because there are still people who believe these masks repel, ward off evil beings from one's soul.
What's the meaning of the robe and the bells around its waist?
The inhabitants of this town regard themselves as Kotar's disciples. And so, they dress like the Seven Ones. You saw the grotesques on that building? It's them. They are the sacred seven disciples of evil on Kotar.
But why was everyone dressed like that last night? What does it mean?
The appearance of the robe strikes fear into evil beings, while the noises of the bells tortures them. At least that's what they believe. No one's allowed to take part in the ritual on the town's day without a mask and a robe. And no one's allowed not to take part because it glorifies the life of our patron saint.
Who are the evil beings you mentioned?
I don't know. I guess anyone can be evil, right? But if they're really among us, then they are in hiding.
Last night, you were the only person on the square without the ornaments. You didn't participate in the ritual?
That's right. I never participate. It's too bizarre for me. Everyone respects that, so they allow me not to take part.
You believe a mask can protect you?
A mask and a strong faith in God. That's what people truly believe, for centuries already. The things I said could sound strange. I guess even scary for a stranger. But believe me, I have never felt or seen anything but love in Sveti Kotar.
I don't believe you. I needed just one night to feel and see quite the opposite.
Wait a minute. How do you know I didn't wear any ornaments?
I saw you talking to a woman, the one I said I was looking for earlier.
All right. Can I help you with that?
Did you see her today?
Who is she? I talked to a lot of people yesterday, and many didn't show their faces.
She's scrawny, has short brown hair, and wears glasses, and she wore a coat.
So just like you, and not a local. Wait, you mean Victoria?
I don't know. It could be. Did you see her?
I did, yesterday. Why?
What about today? You sure she didn't pass by?
I don't know. You know, as soon as no one's around, I tend to get lost in this book of mine. But wait a minute. If Victoria passed by, I'd know that. Believe me. She would have said hi at least.
I have a feeling she's lying.
She's a good friend of mine.
Like I said, a friend? They talked only for a half an hour last night.
Why are you looking for her?
I wanted to talk to her last night, but then she got lost in the crowd.
Oh, but I still don't understand. Why do you want to talk to her? Do you know her?
Maybe I do. I'm not sure. I need to...
You should have someone take a look at you.
I need to... How do you breathe in this place?
Why?
I think it's the fog. It's like it's trying to grind my lungs to pieces.
That's horrible and strange. But I guess it's a good thing you're just visiting then. The fog never leaves this valley.
I was trying to say I need to find that woman and talk to her, and then I can leave this place forever.
It still bothers me. If you're just visiting, where have I seen you before?
Maybe I should ask for directions. If Victoria is somewhere around here, I don't know where to look for her. Where could a stranger possibly go in this town?
I thought you said you wanted to leave. Oh, sorry. You want to find Victoria? Oh, well, I don't know. I guess you could. This is a small town, but very old, ancient. There are a lot of interesting places one might visit. If she's still here, and if she's sightseeing right now, then I don't know. It's hard to tell. Explore the town. Just stay away from the forest and the mountain.
Why?
For one thing, you won't find Victoria there, if she didn't ignore my advice. But also, listen. Can you guess what it is?
A hum of insects?
Nocturnal insects, yes. Oh, you're the first person to answer correctly. How'd you know? Anyway, years back, after I started working in our little family shop, I heard this sound for the first time. And it never went away. It never stops, not for a moment, day or night. Not that I'm complaining, really. It helps me block the outside world and stay positive. But isn't it weird?
How's this sound related? Why should we stay away from the forest and the mountain?
There's a decree in force. It forbids anyone to visit the forest of Carcassonne or the mountain of Udav.
A decree?
The proof of faith. Every person, no matter whether being a local or a visitor, must abide by its words or suffer the consequences. But if you ask me, I don't know the reason they're forbidden. Because I keep asking myself, if the forest is really dead, like they say it is, then where's the sound coming from? It's not a radio signal.
You must have it recorded on tape then.
No, what? His radio doesn't even have a slot for that.
Then it's a radio signal. What else could it be?
Look behind you, in the far distance.
Why should I?
Just trying to explain. If you focus your sight well enough, there behind the clouds of fog, you'll see a massive rock. That rock is just part of the insurmountable wall that surrounds this town.
So you're trying to suggest it's not possible for the sound to be coming from a place beyond. I doubt that.
That's Udav, the mountain I mentioned before. It devours anything that tries to come our way. And this town doesn't have stations of any kind, because we're stuck in the past. So it can't be a local radio signal either. I'm convinced the source of this sound is located somewhere deep inside the forest.
What makes you think that?
I feel like I can trust you. You know, I often visit the forest to find these cheerful insects. So far, I haven't been able to locate any of them. And I haven't seen any animals there either. But if you ask me, Carcassonne is far from being dead. It's just a different kind of energy, that's all.
A different kind of energy?
I don't know, but I've been there and nothing bad happened to me. So how do you explain that?
Maybe it did, but she just doesn't know it yet. I should keep away from her. She's strange and didn't help me at all. Madam, I have to leave now.
Already?
I really have to go.
Wait, you didn't tell me your name. Maybe it'll help me remember where have I seen you.
Madam, who I am is irrelevant. I just want to be left alone. Excuse me. What should I do now? Maybe I should just follow Nikolai. Eventually he should lead me to Victoria.